Welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Performed by the talented Skylar Cole. And with that, we'll be right back in just a moment. Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. And tonight, we'll see the New Orleans Pelicans as they go up against the Washington Wizards. Kevin Harlan here with you. Joining me tonight, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. Our buddy David Aldridge is on the sideline getting stories. And now we'll take a second to look at the race for Rookie of the Year. A new year ahead of us and so much more for these young players ranked by their impact so far. He's got some work to do in order to get into that conversation, I think, but there are plenty of games left for him to make his mark.
And he doesn't have far to go to break into that top 10, but it's probably unrealistic to think he'll be a factor in the race for the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I think his target should be all rookies, second team at this point. If he's even paying attention to all that hoopla, really, it's just about helping your team win games.
And now Washington's starting group. They've got Corey Kispert.
Here we go.
He's out there with Rashawn Holmes. Chris Middleton is out there with Jordan Poole. And it's Carrington in at the shooting guard. And for New Orleans, C.J. McCollum out there with Trey Murphy. Then it's Jones. Then it's Zion Williamson. And it's Messi in at the 5.
Nice play by McCollum. So crafty with the ball in his hands.
All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Here's Williamson after the basket by Washington. And finished off by Williamson.
Well, we'll never get tired of those dunks from Zion.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And again, Jordan Poole.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Now here's McCollum coming off a solid outing against Miami. Back to Jones. 6 on the shot clock. There's There's the triple. It's rebounded by Poole. And so Poole will bring it up for Washington. They are a hot team right now. 7 consecutive wins. And looking for number 8 tonight.
Well, I think they've found something. I like how they're executing. They're playing with a lot of energy. We'll see if they can keep it going.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball after the basket by Washington. Right, one of the best assets of Zion Williamson is his versatility.
And the combination of power and skill, it's obviously unique. And what I love about him is he's making better and better decisions. He's become as reliable as he is explosive.
And both free throws good for Williamson. Stan, no one knows Williamson's game more than you. You know it firsthand. Zion's physicality makes him incredibly difficult to defend.
Well, there's no question, Kevin. He's virtually unstoppable going to the basket. But as time goes on, you know everybody's athleticism decreases a little. If he's going to age well in the league, he's going to need to have that jump shot as a weapon.
I'm sure you told him that, didn't you?
I tried.
Now here's Williamson. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. A 3-ball. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Just a really good three-point shooter. Trey Murphy III. I guess that is why he has the 3rd in his name.
And it's good, 2 points.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
All right, guys, I'm told we're about to connect to our insider, Shams Charania, who has a beat on something. Hey, Shams, what's the story?
Thanks, Kevin. As the trade deadline gets closer, it's the Spurs front office making things happen. They've acquired one of the more mobile and athletic centers in the league. Clint Capella knows his role: defend, run the floor, finish, and rebound at a high level. He might never be a star in this league, but he can star in his role, and that certainly has quite a bit of value.
Thank you, Shams. Great to hear from you as always. Guys, back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Basket good. Kispert got 5 points so far.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. A big move for the Pelicans this summer, trading for DeJounte Murray, a versatile and durable lead guard who's proven to be one of the best clutch players. His acquisition directly addresses some of the Pelicans' greatest needs. And, guys, I'm very interested to see how this plays out.
You're right, a big piece. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the update. Here's McCollum. After the basket by Washington.
He's more than capable of running an offense. McCollum is a combo guard who you trust with the ball.
Smart kicks to Poole. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
And he's off to a phenomenal start here tonight, guys.
Pass to Nisi. Rebounded by Holmes.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Poole on the wing. 14 points for him. Miss for the first time from the floor. Puts him at 7 for 8. Pelicans trail by 4. To the paint. 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Well, clever as always. You can expect McCollum to spot and exploit those gaps.
Middleton for 3. That one's in. His first shot this game.
And it's definitely been a shootout here. The first team that actually starts playing some defense may end up having the edge.
Murray surveying the D. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Wizards out front, up by 5. From New Orleans, back in a moment. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Washington.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside. And you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
Oh, man, their mid-range jumper also has been on fire. Tough to beat a group of guys shooting with that much confidence.
In the guard spots, it'll be Murray and McCollum. Olynyk is out there with Jose Alvarado. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. A veteran in the NBA, C.J. McCollum, seems to have adjusted nicely, don't you think, to his role as elder statesman.
Kevin, even going back years, I always thought that C.J. McCollum was one of the most consistent guys in the league. Seems like every time he checked a box score, he'd have over 20 points, but never like 40, just every night. Pencil him in. 20 to 30 in those range, 5 or 6 assists, high percentage. This guy is as consistent as they come.
Now here's Smart following the miss by C.J. McCollum. And a missed late. Lets it go with a three. Rebound by the Wizards. Getting their first look of the season at this Pelicans team. Bay passes to George. Outside for Smart. Pass to Carrington. The tray. And another miss by Washington.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. DeJounte Murray is not one for the fast lane. He said, I come from all that stuff, but I've been done that. I'm a homebody. I'm focusing on basketball. There's a lot going on in this world, so it's about being smart. Kevin, growing up in South Seattle, he's seen it all. Back to you.
You know, David, he counts himself fortunate to have escaped all of that. Thank you. And here is Murray after Marcus Smart got his shot to go from deep. Murray against Smart. It's good, and the Washington lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Murray.
And when he gets to the rim like that, it's almost impossible to take away options from Murray.
Carrington, that's good. So, Stan, you started in the NBA back in the mid-90s. How is coaching different from, say, now to back then?
Wow, Kevin, it's just so different and in so many ways. The players have gotten better. Bigger, faster, more skilled. There's more coaches on a staff. Strength coaches have increased in volume and in influence.
Timeout.
So there's less practice. Everything now has to be done differently.
Everything is bigger, isn't it?
It really is.
And timeout called by Willie Green. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Some changes for New Orleans. Herbert Jones, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Zion Williamson comes in for Jose Alvarado. And Trey Murphy subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Smart against Murray. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Murray's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, he's picking it up here in the second quarter after a slow start.
And we've seen Stan DeJounte Murray prove for years that he is a 20-point player.
Yeah, and Kevin, he can score as a point guard or he can be off the ball. But the best thing about DeJounte Murray, he is a great two-way player, one of the best guard defenders we have in this league.
Poole, no good. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Pelicans. 9-point game. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. Murray's got his third bucket of the night.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And Poole, no good on that one.
And the confidence Poole plays with, you got to admire. He feels like he can hit from anywhere on the floor.
Here's Williamson. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And all month long, he's been fantastic, and now he's been named the Eastern Conference Player of the Month.
He's really been on his A game lately. You know, the way their offense is set up, it really relies on his ability. He sets the tone each time down the floor, and he's been a lot of fun to watch.
Here's Poole. Zion Williamson making his last shot. Buries it from three-point range.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
McCollum against Smart. Down low. Here's Messi. Gets it out to McCollum. And Chris Middleton pulls it down.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Kispert with the bucket.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Williamson. Following the basket by Corey Kispert. Misses in close. Here's Middleton. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And here's Kispert from the arc. Pelicans with the rebound. Messi's got his 6th rebound on the night. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul. Here's McCollum. Fires from way outside. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Washington up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, it seemed like you all were dictating tempo in the first half. How did you do that?
Okay, we're getting the stops, grabbing the rebound now, trying to push it, try to get the best shot available.
Problem solved in transition. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Halftime is here. And what better way to tip it off than to analyze the latest news on the trade front? And they say these days, the headlines from trades drive fan interest just as much as the games do.
And I find that offensive, Ernie. People need to appreciate the skill and talent on the court.
Yeah, Ernie, players are people too. This isn't some fantasy game or something.
Guys, don't misunderstand. That isn't what I said. It's other people, like that camera guy over there.
Oh, let's get him then.
And turning back to our first half, things going well, extremely well for the Washington Wizards.
They're playing the way they're supposed to. Run the offense until you get a good look. Not complicated at all.
I disagree. Patience and perspective is complicated. That's why many teams can't do it.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Wizards leading by 12. Here's who Brian Keefe is starting the second half with. Corey Kispert is out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Richaun Holmes. Then there's Jordan Poole. And it's Carrington in at the shooting guard position. McCollum outside. Over in the corner, Williamson. Back to McCollum. Fires for three. Rebounded by Holmes.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
And GA, what you have to admire about C.J. McCollum is he is the consummate pro.
Yeah, at this stage of his career, he's the adult in the room. And he's grown into a connector on the floor while still being that professional scorer.
Now here's Williamson. He has 6. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jones. And he banks in the layup.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Washington has gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. And they pick up 2.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
And it's the Pelicans.
Timeout, timeout.
Following the bucket by the Wizards. And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And a chance here to check out some stats for DeJounte Murray.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Now here's McCollum. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Back to Williamson. To the inside. Clock is at 3. Here's Messi. Pass to McCollum. Floats it up for Williamson. Stolen by Middleton. Poole with it. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Count that one. Poole's got 23.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Here's Messi, guarded by Holmes. Takes the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. He has 6. You know, Stan, when I think of you as a coach, I think defense. So let me put you on the spot as you assess the wing defenders in the NBA right now. Who are some of the top 2 or 3 that you know?
Well, look, there's so many good ones. My favorite right now is Lou Dort because he's so strong, he's so disciplined, and he has an amazing ability to use his body even against guys that are a lot taller. He is a frustrating guy for great scorers to play against.
Now, he brought a lot to the NBA, but haven't the Thunder done a good job developing that kid?
Well, they have, and look, they've got other great defenders too, like Jalen Williams.
Well, we have a break in the action. Now let's check out the league's best shooting teams. Number 1, the Wizards.
Are just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Wizards leading by 14. Here's Poole, and there's the drive, and that one is good. Poole's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Williamson. He's got 6. And he finishes nicely on the way. Williamson's got 8.
And this team encourages Zion to be assertive inside. They know how skilled and overpowering he can be.
And Poole gets it to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Williamson. The shot that time, not on target. Great D that time from Middleton. Wizards have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. And it goes down 2 points. He's got 10.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting them.
Now here's Jones. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Fires from the line. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 4th rebound in this one. The 3 from Poole. The 3-pointer is right on target. Poole's got 30 points.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And we've watched a pretty interesting season unfolding in the Western Conference, guys. Let's check out the standings here. Look at New Orleans. They're down at the 7th position right now. Decent start to the season, but they're looking to make a move.
And, you know, for the Pelicans, they had much bigger things in mind when the season started. They didn't think of themselves as a middle-of-the-road club, but right now, that's where they are.
Yeah, they wanted to accomplish more this season, but things haven't quite worked out. Some bad breaks along the way.
That one good for 2.
Yeah, 2 tough points from Murray. He's got some grit to his game.
Brogdon against McCollum. Back to Brogdon. Pass to Champagnie. Tries it from 19. And it's Williamson with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 19. A wide open look for McCollum. No good with the triple.
And not a night he's going to want to remember. Just not really able to score the basketball.
And here's Brogdon from the arc. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Well, it's much easier to space the floor when you have effective shooters like Brogdon on your roster.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Stolen by Brogdon.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Lets the 3 fly. Kispert, no good. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Wizards running away with it. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. The Pelicans shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Back to Murray. And the league limiting players from making public trade demands. I guess makes sense. That's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot. Keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leading.
And for the Wizards, Saddiq Bey is out there with George. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. Then it's Marcus Smart. And it's Champagnie in at the center position. Wizards leading by 22. Brogdon the pass to George. Stolen away. Alvarado with it. Now guarded by Smart. Jones, no one around him. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Jones has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Pelicans. Brogdon outside. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Now Alvarado. Here's Murray. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
And getting the shot he wanted, Murray loves it from in close.
Smart kicks to Bey. The three. Cans it from downtown. Bey's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. A three from McCollum. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got rebound number 5 here tonight. Poole finds Middleton. Poole against McCollum. And there's Poole on the assist by Middleton.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
McCollum against Poole. Outside, Jones. He's looking for Williamson and finds him. To the middle. Here's Messi. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Richaun Holmes. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Washington.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
And we also got to talk about the damage they've done inside. The opposition having a hard time keeping that ball out of the paint. And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Messi. And the layup's good off the glass.
It doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
And so Poole will bring it up for Washington. 22 is their biggest lead, and it's in there.
Nobody can knife through a lane quite like Jordan Poole.
Pelicans trail by 21. Fires at the elbow. Rebounded by the Wizards. Holmes got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Kispert. Holmes kicks to Poole. This one for 3. Pelicans pull it in. Messi's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. Do you think fans like that?
It's a great question, Kevin. And there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, doesn't it feel better when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all? And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Wizards.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jordan Poole.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
And it's the Pelicans' ball. Rebounded by Smart. It's George on the wing. Fires the 3. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Now, here's Olynyk. Murray, good.
Well, this is what Coach wants to see. Murray's going after shots without any hesitation.
Smart with the ball. Outside, George. For 3, Brogdon. It's good. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks, on 2K Sports. And as we leave, we present our player of the game.
Sports, bringing you live coverage of the NBA. This is our Sunday night broadcast with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. This is Brian Anderson, plus our reporter, Allie LaForce. Now let's take a look at the rookie rankings. As we hit the halfway mark in the regular season, here's who has taken the lead in the Rookie of the Year race. Well, you look at George. He's had a pretty cold first season so far, but maybe he'll find his stride in the second half of the year and finish strong.
And in terms of his development, he was hoping to be a little bit farther along at this stage of the season.
Well, the consensus was he'd make a bigger impact than he has, no doubt. But it hasn't been a total disaster, and there's still a lot of time to go. Let's see if they can get more out of him.
And checking out the New Orleans opening lineup. DeJounte Murray is out there with Trey Murphy. Then there's Zion Williamson. Then it's Herb Jones. And it's Messi in at the 5. And for Washington, we've got Jordan Poole. Chris Middleton is out there with Kispert. Then it's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Carrington in at the 2 spot. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Poole with the ball. Pass to Middleton. Over Williamson. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Middleton's got 5 points.
Well, that's a nice feel right there by Jordan Poole. Just make it easy on your teammate to score it.
First quarter of play, a minute in. Outside Jones. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Washington. They're a team with momentum in the midst of an 8-game winning streak.
No, this is a basketball team that's really humming right now. And what you love is they're working together as a unit, which makes it fun to watch. What I'm curious about here is when teams start to adapt and take away their best strategy, how do they keep the streak going? Really, really interested to see how this plays out.
Here's Messi. Out of bounds. It'll be Washington's ball. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Earlier I spoke with Brian Keefe, and we got right to it. The question of how do you stop Zion? From what Coach told me, it's all about being physical. He said, we're not going to let him run us over in the lanes or just stomp us inside. We're going to fight physically from his team.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
Zion Williamson moving forward, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answer that question now. He has been looking better than ever.
Here's Poole. Good D by Murray. For New Orleans, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Outside Jones. Outside Murray. That one's good. This game is all even. Murray's got his second bucket of the night.
And Murray is a taller guard, meaning he's capable of doing some damage on the inside.
Here's Poole. Count it. Good.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. Last time they met was in New Orleans.
Big loss in their last meeting with this team. Couldn't get anything to fall in that one.
Jones with a screen on Poole. Murray from outside. And Holmes pulls it down. Poole with the ball. He's picked up by Jones. Poole, the pass to Kispert. Puts up a 3. Hits the trifecta.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Pelicans trail by 5. Murray for 3. Connects from downtown. Murray's got 8 points. And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
And something fans don't always get to see. Some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
And during this last month of action, here is a list of the players who have shot the ball most efficiently so far from deep. Corey Kispert on top. Second, Malcolm Brogdon.
Their consistency from range is unbelievable. It's what every team in the league is looking for these days.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Champagnie. George outside. Poole for three. He can't get that one to fall.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
And it's Alvarado missing. Washington has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Here's Poole. And the layup is good off the glass. Poole's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Man, that's a big-time finish right there. Jordan Poole not flustered at all by the contact.
McCollum's shot is off.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on C.J. McCollum.
Great job drawing the foul and almost converted the shot as well.
Washington shooting their first free throws of the game. Free throw good. Poole.
One thing we know with Jordan Poole, guys, confidence is never going to be an issue. This young man has the attitude there's nothing he can't do on a basketball floor.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Jones is checked in. And both free throws good for Poole.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
On the wing, Jones. He's covered by Bay. Olynyk with a screen on Bay. And that one is hammered home.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Pulls it from the corner, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Poole's got 8.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
McCollum's shot is off. With 1 on the clock. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, finishing quarter strong. Every coach preaches it. Nice work.
And so it's Washington finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at Washington's performance here. Guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
We've got Malcolm Brogdon, George out there with Kispert. Then there's Marcus Smart. And it's Champagnie at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. George, no good. Pelicans trail by 8. Left side, Jones. Pass to Olynyk. And Doris, some use the term stocks to add up steals and blocks. Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama's stocks are through the roof.
Well, in fact, since the turn of the century, only 5 rookies ever have averaged over 3, quote, stocks per game. Victor and Chet are both on that list. And listen, if you're a passionate NBA fan, you are so excited about these 2 young men. The size and the skill and the eye-popping things they're doing on a nightly basis. NBA is in good hands.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Pelicans are still developing their on-court chemistry. Coach Willie Green said this group is still pretty young in terms of being on the floor together. We're starting to figure it out. We just have to stay committed and continue to be elite on both ends of the floor, and it starts with our defense. B.A.?
They've really got something, Allie. Thanks. Right side, Brogdon. Pass to Champagny. Here's the three. Basket is good on the assist from Brogdon. And the Wizards lead by 14.
If you want to talk about an NBA player who has poise and vision, that's Malcolm Brogdon doing work with the pass. That is nicely done.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. So for Washington, Holmes, he's checked in for Champagny. And Middleton subbed in for Kispert. Williamson against Middleton. McCollum taking his time here. On the table. And McCollum slams it in.
And that's a savvy move from McCollum. A defender doesn't know what to do with moves like that.
Wizards leading by 12. Outside Brogdon. This one for three. From deep. Brogdon.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Now here's Alvarado, defended by Smart. Williamson with a screen on Smart for three. And it's Alvarado missing.
Man, it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
Brogdon with a bucket. Brogdon's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, that's the attitude Malcolm Brogdon hopes to bring every night. You can't be passive. He is going to attack on the interior.
Williamson outside. He can go through you.
You know, coach gets mad when Williamson gets hit and there's no whistle, and it happens a lot.
McCollum against Brogdon. Off target with the three. Pelicans trail by 15. And Grant, you look at the players the Pelicans have gone after recently. They have a clear plan.
Well, they do, B.A. They want to surround Zion with shooters, which, of course, makes sense. It's sort of the same kind of blueprint the Bucks laid out with Giannis. If you can shoot, the Pelicans have a spot for you.
Timeout.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Over the course of the last month, here are the NBA's best free throw shooting teams. Washington in 5th.
And looking at last month, this team really got it done from the charity stripe. Whenever you foul them, they made sure to make you pay for that mistake.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the first half of basketball. Here's Carrington. Knocks down the long J. Carrington's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Messi. Williamson outside. Driving inside.
And that's what we've come to expect from Zion. Exactly.
Oh, doing damage above the rim. That was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Poole against Murray. Poole's shot is off. Pelicans trail by 14. Murray passes to Williamson. And Holmes pulls it down. Washington has gotten 6 of 10 three-pointers to drop. The drive by Poole. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Oh, that's a huge effort by Jordan Poole. He is amped up right now.
And so Murray will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Minnesota will be traveling to face him after this game. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. To the paint. It's stolen by Poole. From the high post. Poole can't get that one to fall.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
3 seconds left. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. And so that brings the first half to a close. It's the Wizards leading by 14. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
And for that matchup with the Timberwolves, this one will serve as a measuring stick for them. Facing off against the top team in the West, no room for error. They'll have to take care of the basketball and hit tough shots.
Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Washington Wizards.
Dominant performance from this offense. As a fan, you just have to admire it and see what they're doing.
Yeah, they're hitting the three major E's: effective, efficient, and entertaining.
I like the way you did that.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. One of the stories here, Jordan Poole. Man, is he getting it done today.
He was getting into the lane easily that first half. Just relentless.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Pelicans trail by 14. Second half underway. Here's who Willie Green's got on the floor. Zion Williamson out there with Herb Jones. Then it's Murray. Then there's Trey Murphy. And it's Messi in at the 5. Back to Murray. From downtown, buries it from 3. Murray's got 11 points.
Over the years, Murray has continued to embrace a bigger role on offense. He's got so much confidence right now.
Poole gets it in close.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Jones, the pass to Murray. 6 to shoot. Pass to Messi. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Holmes. Kispert into the lane. Count that one. Kispert's gotten his third basket of the night.
And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
Here's Messi. Driving to the basket, and he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Washington leading by 14. Poole outside. Pass to Kispert. Over to the wing. Poole outside. Beyond the arc. Another miss. 6 makes, 6 misses so far. Pelicans trail by 14. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Zion Williamson is a 1 of 1. His teammate C.J. McCollum told him, your ceiling is unlike anything the NBA has ever seen, but it's up to you to take full advantage of whatever it is. You can be as good as you want to be. This game will go where you take it. Brian?
You know, Allie, at his best, he is unstoppable. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Inside. It's rebounded by Washington. Holmes has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
This isn't how they wanted to start the second half. Only 1 of 4.
And he makes no
defensive end.
For New Orleans, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Murray against Poole. Shoots. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Trying to get it going. Only 1 for 5 to start the second half.
And Grant, DeJounte Murray, a bit of a throwback player. He's comfortable attacking at all 3 levels.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he does a lot of work in the mid-range for a guard. He's very comfortable with any shot on the floor. Not shy about putting up a ton of attempts if that's what's needed.
For New Orleans, C.J. McCollum. He's checked in for Williamson. And Alvarado's subbed in for DeJounte Murray. And he gets the bucket.
And oftentimes, you just assume McCollum's J is going in. He's this good of a shooter. It's incredible.
Cool. That one's good for 2.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area, huh?
Washington shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Free throw no good for Poole. Pelicans trail by 18. Pass to McCollum from behind the arc. Gets the 3 ball to go. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter.
I love McCollum's versatility as a scorer. He moves just all over the floor and gets it done.
Poole for 3. Good. He's been great in this one. 9 for 15 after that shot.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
And here's Alvarado. No points yet. Pass to McCollum. And the Pelicans get another bucket right there.
They've struggled, but hey, you cannot lay it at his feet. Offensively, he's getting it done.
Here's Poole. And they pick up 2. Poole's got 23.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Pelicans trail by 18. 1:02 left in the 3rd quarter. McCollum on the wing. And Holmes with the block. And he gets it back. Shot's good by McCollum. McCollum's got 13.
You know, I thought in the first half this guy was pressing. He was rushing. Now he's settled into the game.
George outside. Pass to Kispert. The 3. It's hauled in by New Orleans. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Down low. The shot by Messi, no good. Washington leading by 16. Holmes passes to Poole. Fires the 3. McCollum pulls it in. Can't hit the step-back J. What a performance for Jordan Poole. He's been the story for Washington. Continued to rack up points in that quarter. His total for the night to 23. We'll be back in a moment. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. George out there with Sadiq Bey. Then it's Malcolm Brogdon. Then there's Marcus Smart. And it's Champagnie at the center position. That's the group for Washington right now. And here's New Orleans now, trailing by 19. McCollum, pass to Olynyk. Alvarado outside. Takes a 13-footer. No good, a bit long that time. And Washington shooting with some fire, 66% in this one. Brogdon, that one drops for him. And the Wizards lead by 21.
Well, you love to see Malcolm Brogdon take advantage of that frame, capitalizing in close.
Pass to Alvarado. And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. Brogdon against McCollum. Clock at 4. From 12 feet, buries the jump shot. McCollum's got 11 in the second half.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
Pass to Champagny. Fades. No good there. Pelicans trail by 19. Alvarado right side. Rebound by the Wizards. And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Brogdon with a bucket. Brogdon's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. So Washington ends up going with a new group. The Pelicans have gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. And again, New Orleans, no good.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Poole shot is off. Pelicans trail by 21. Murray with it. And it's Holmes picking him up to the inside. Ooh, it's stolen away. Now here's Poole. Tightly guarded. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. More and more we're seeing international players come into the league who are NBA ready, Grant.
It really is a sight to see, BA. And some of those guys start playing pro ball when they're 16 or 17 years old. It toughens you up real quick playing against older competition at that age.
Free throw good. Poole. Well, Doris, with so many franchises, the star player has a lot of sway.
Well, to me, BA, so much of this speaks to which star are we talking about. If you take someone like Stephen Curry, who historically has welcomed other stars to play alongside him, or has at moments in his career had to elevate young players who maybe have to play through some mistakes, he welcomes both. It depends on the star we're talking about.
And DeJounte Murray is truly the complete package. He does a little of this and a little of that. Anything you need out there, he can make it happen.
And Murray drops them both. And if you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Poole outside. Launches it. Williams grabs the board. Williamson's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Jones. Williamson with it. Banked it in off the glass.
A monster down low. Zion is scary.
Timeout called. The Wizards. And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Jordan Poole.
Yeah, and this game really has his fingerprints all over it. He's been dominating and making it look effortless. It's always fun to watch someone just flat out take over like he's done here today.
I'll tell you what, for him, it doesn't get much better than this. Putting on an absolute clinic while the home fans went wild. Here's Middleton. Puts it up off the inbound. Misi grabs the board.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Jones finds Murray. Well, Grant, we've heard some out there say dynasties are dead. These days, there are a lot of teams contending for titles.
Well, the NBA is happy to see all the competition. But, you know, this league has been defined over the decades by dynasties. We'll see if their epitaph has been written. And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Wizards.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And they're getting ready to notch their 33rd win of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Jordan Poole.
So impressed with his performance today. He was confident, he was composed, and the defense just didn't know how to adjust.
That free throw misses. And Washington will go for a different look here. Good on the second one. Now Murray. 56 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. From the arc. The rebound by the Wizards. Left side, Brogdon. Poole outside. Washington again can't hit. And here's Williamson. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. Pass to Murray. Murray, a screen on Brogdon. From deep. Gets the three to fall. There's 21 seconds left in the final quarter. Here's Poole. Got it. Good job in the low post. Poole's got 31.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching tonight's game. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Jordan Poole.
Hey friend. Just leaving.
Oh, hey, D. No, I've been here a little while. Just finishing this game up.
All right, cool. Support the stream. Hit the Cash App $Bake Fire.
Get something to drink.
Microphone unmuted. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. You are now rocking with the best. Welcome. Did you turn off the sound? Notification. Microphone unmuted.
Yeah, I finally got it all the way off.
Oh, all right.
And on paper, Greg, this might seem like a potential blow. Here we go. But anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
And the Houston Rockets starting five. Tari Easton is out there with Thompson. Then it's Green. Then it's Alperen Şengün. And it's Holiday in at the point. Here's Easton. Outside Holiday. Back to Easton. Those 3 pointers off the mark. Here's Middleton. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Carrington, that's good.
Middleton, the scorer by nature, that time showing you can find his teammates too.
And now let's go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Brian Keefe.
I asked him how they plan on bottling up Jalen Green. Now, he said, we have to try and stay in front of him and protect the rim. Jalen is an explosive athlete and an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket, so keeping him out of the paint won't be easy. Guys, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Outside, Green. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Rebound by the Wizards. Win after win, these guys now have 9 straight.
Just playing really solid basketball right now. They're trusting each other more out there and attacking as a group. They're a fist, not individual fingers, which has made them tough to beat.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Here's Şengün. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Here's Holiday. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Just 1 of 4 from the floor, not the start they were looking for here.
And again, Jordan Poole. Poole's got 8.
Showing his strength inside. Poole muscles that one home.
Last game for the Rockets, they pick up the win against the Lakers.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
Yeah, you know, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You've got to trust in the system.
Now, here is George. That's good from Poole on the assist by George. He's got 11.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Kisper's checked in for George. Cam Whitmore, he's checked in for Houston. Outside Holiday. Now Whitmore. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Lakers.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line. Really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
Look at how Şengün attacks the ball, doing all he can to reel it in.
And Middleton with the block. They recover it, and he gets it back. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. And here's Poole for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
I I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And Green gets it to go.
Gotta love seeing Green deliver the revenge three-ball payback right at you. Great response.
Here's Poole. Count it.
Well, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Rockets trail by 12. Outside, Green. Again, the miss by Green. Wizards have gone an incredible 8 of 9 from the field. And stolen by Şengün. Here's Holiday. And he converts the layup.
Getting his team the best shot on the floor. Amen Thompson feeds a ready shooter that time.
Washington leading now by 10. Poole with it. 16 points for him. And it's Carrington missing. There's 39 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Holiday dishes to Green. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Green's got it back down to single digits for Houston.
Green finds ways to get it done inside. Really intelligent as a scorer.
Poole. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Green inside. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
And here is Poole. Fires the three. Carrington, that's good. Carrington's got 6.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And quite a position here for the Wizards to be in. What do you guys think?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And so in the game for the Rockets. Shepherd out there with Whitmore. Then it's Jabari Smith. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Adams in at the center. The second chance effort, and he lays it up and in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And just no fear, guys. I mean, he is willing to mix it up in the paint with the big boys.
Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Here's Smart. Trains the three-pointer.
Well, they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Great Kentucky native Reed Shepherd followed in his dad's footsteps and stayed local for his college years.
How cool was that? His dad winning 2 national championships for the Bluegrass State, was named the MVP of the '98 college tournament, and he even had a brief stint in the NBA. Reed, the 3rd overall pick of the 2024 draft, blazing his own trail.
And so it's Houston with it, following the three-pointer by Corey Kispert. Pass to Shepherd. Adams with the screen on Smart. No one near Shepherd as he lets it go. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
Rockets trail by 10. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Puts up a 3. And it's Whitmore missing. Washington's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Rashawn Holmes comes in for George. And Middleton subbed in for Kispert. And the shot goes in. Whitmore's got his second bucket.
And Whitmore a beast inside because of his power and ability to elevate.
Smart passes to Holmes. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
He takes it in to the left wing. Back to Whitmore. Pass to Smith. Houston moving the ball around. Just 5 to shoot. And Whitmore throws it down.
Oh, man. When Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
That one goes. Count it. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are one or two of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
Here's Smith. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
So both teams making some changes here. And so Poole will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
It's been one of those nights for Poole. He is on a heater.
1:19 left in the first half. Holiday goes in. Green taking his time here. The 11-footer. Rebound, Washington. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
Wizards leading by 10. Here's Poole. Banked in off the glass. Poole's got 22 points.
Nobody can knife through a lane quite like Jordan Poole.
Outside Holiday. Şengün with the screen for Holiday. And Şengün throws it down.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
George, no good. Outside Holiday. Back to Thompson. Pass to Green.
I'll be in and out during the stream.
Green's got 12 points in the game.
Okay, D.
Never in a hurry.
And so it's Washington bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back to the action in just a minute.
Welcome, everybody. Right off the bat, let's see which games are still to come tonight. It'll be the Suns against the Hornets in Charlotte. 7 p.m. Eastern is the tip-off.
This feels like a toss-up between have-nots.
Yeah, both teams have faced some big challenges thus far. And now, guys, it's time to talk about that challenging first half for the Houston Rockets.
If they think they'll win with this kind of defense, they're tripping. When you give up that many good shots, it fuels your opponent's fire.
You're like gasoline on a flame, I'd say. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. They've got Chris Middleton. George is out there with Holmes. Then there's Jordan Poole. And it's Carrington in at the shooting guard. So that's who Brian Keefe starts the second half with.
No wasted motion or hesitation there. Green ready to shoot as soon as he caught it.
Wizards leading by 4. Here's Middleton. Lays it up and banks it in. Middleton's got his second basket.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Outside, Green. And the 3 off target. Washington has gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Here's George. Hits it down to Middleton. Pass to Poole. For 3. Eason grabs the board. Rockets trail by 6. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. On the wing, Holiday. Guarded by Holmes. George with the steal. Here's Poole. Pass to George. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
You look at Middleton. He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
Man, you talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score.
And so he hits both. Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün Jie is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
Timeout. The Rockets. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here to check it out. Now that the mid-season grind is well underway. You look at the Rockets. They're down in the bottom of the conference. Their fans hope they can turn it around and show some improvement. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Holiday against Poole. Outside, Green. With the tip. It's good on the putback.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. It's Poole with the drive, and he comes up with the deuce. Poole's got 26 points.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now, here's Green. He's got 15. Shot by Eason, no good. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for Washington. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And he's good on the 3-ball. And now a 9-point Wizards lead.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Thompson finds Şengün. And here's Thompson. Pass to Eason. Back to Thompson. The shot from the low post is good.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that gun.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for him.
Thompson misses. Wizards leading by 9. Poole with it. Now defended by Şengün. Shot up 2 there. Carrington's got 11 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Pass to Holiday. Outside, Green. And it's Green with the jam.
Well, we're seeing validation as to why Green went second overall in the draft. He's got a unique ability to score the ball.
Now, here's Poole. 28 points for him. And there it is for him.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And it's Green slamming it down.
Some of these dunks he throws down are absolutely absurd. What an athlete Green is.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. And it's blocked by Şengün. And it's Houston on the break. Here's Thompson. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
They just aren't attacking from the perimeter like they did in that first half, and I think that's part of the problem right now.
Poole. 2 points. That one goes. Poole's got 32 points in the game.
Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Lobbed up there for Thompson. George with the steal. Here's Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
Making the right pass is the first thing on Poole's mind. He wants to be the floor general.
Now here's Green. He's guarded closely. With 1 on the clock. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
And so it's Jordan Poole making highlights for the Wizards. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. So on the floor for Houston, Dan Whitmore is out there with Shepard. Then it's Williams. Then it's Jabari Smith. And it's Adams in at the center position.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Rockets trail by 10. Here's Whitmore. Beyond the arc. That one misses. Outside, Smart. Pass to Champagnie. The shot comes out. Smith with some nice D. The Rockets shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. Shepard with the ball. Guarded by Smart. Now Shepard. Shot clock at 5. Pulls it up. Misses the jumper. Wizards leading by 10. On the wing, Koulibaly. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And finished off by Shepard.
He is a really good athlete. Give Shepard a launching pad, and he will not turn it down.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What you got for us, D.A.?
Thanks, guys. Brian Keith talked to his team during the break. He said to them, keep building this lead, guys. Don't take your foot off the gas. Keep working hard, run your stuff. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And it's great to see Poole attacking the basket, not settling for the jump.
Pass to Şengün. Outside, Green. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Green's got 24 points.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
And Poole gets it to go.
The more effective Poole is inside, the more headaches he causes for the defense.
Rockets trail by 9. Here's Green. What a terrific move that was. Green's got 14 points now in the second half.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Well, that might be fair, but I wouldn't want to take away from what he did in that last game. I mean, let's just say it's a pretty nice run he's on, no matter how you decide to frame it up.
And here's Poole for 3. The Rockets pull it in. Here's Eason. Rebound by the Wizards. George has got his 4th rebound in this one. Middleton outside. To Holmes. Pass to Poole. That one falls. Poole's got 38 points.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Now, here's Şengün. And the wide-open shot from Green. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Puts one up from 19. Poole, no good. Rockets trail by 9. Eason with it. Picked up by Poole. Pass to Şengün. Houston moving it around. Off target at the rim. For Washington, they've gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. And George kicks to Holmes. Pushing it up. Here's Eason. And the dunk by Eason.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
You know, you push it after a steal, there's almost no chance the defense can get back and recover.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keith. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And here's Poole for 3. And another miss by Washington. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. They trail by 7.
Green's got a full toolkit now, which makes him unstoppable at times.
There's 49 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul. .44 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Here's Poole. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Poole's got 44.
Ice cold.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 7. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
Yeah, they got to get straight to the hoop, then a foul immediately.
It's going to be hard, though. I mean, they don't have much time to work with here, but we've seen crazy stuff happen in this game.
Here's Green. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
Poole. And he uses the glass on the layup. And it's a 9-point Wizards lead.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
15 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Here's Poole. Count it. Good. Poole's got 44. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Owens, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now, our player
Interesting close game. Glad you got the win, though.
Thanks, D. Yeah, I was surprised too. I was trying for a blowout once I saw that record, but yeah, they played pretty hard. I mean, they got some good players. Don't get me wrong now. They got talent they need to build on for the future, but yeah. And I would think Philly would have a better record than that. But goodness.
Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. That's the scene for the Wizards. One of the most ferocious defenders in the game today. Marcus Smart sets the tone as they await tip-off at the Wells Fargo Center. Wizards, Sixers, tip-off coming right up. Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. And this is Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Allie LaForce, our reporter tonight. And a chance to see the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You look at the Thunder, they're a rising team climbing to 5th on the board.
You know, right now for Washington, they've claimed the top spot because they've earned it. Some critics have said they're playing way above their heads, but I think we're just learning how great this team is.
So a look at our starters for the Wizards. We've got Jordan Poole, George out there with Rashawn Holmes. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Carrington in at the shooting guard position. And for the 76ers, they've got Joel Embiid. Tyrese Maxey is out there with George. And it's Yabusele in at the 4. And in the second game of a back-to-back, it must be hard to keep your energy up on consecutive nights.
Well, that's why we see so many coaches sit healthy players for the second game, but the NBA has done a great job over the past 4 or 5 seasons cutting back on back-to-back nights where games are scheduled, and the players spoke up, and the league listened.
At 7 feet tall, Embiid looks to dunk often, especially when he's got good positioning. And setting the tempo with an assertive move, like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Here's Grimes. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. Three-pointer Embiid. Pure from three-point range. Embiid's got 5.
Yeah, we know Embiid can do it one-on-one, but the catch-and-shoot jumper is showing his versatility.
Poole shot is off. George against Middleton. The shot no good. And George with some nice D. Well, when you talk about a classic 3-and-D guy, Paul George is one of the first to come to mind, Brent.
I agree, B.A. I think he's been a little bit underappreciated, but this guy, both ends of the floor, with the ability to score and defend, is elite.
Here's Yabusele. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Poole, the pass to Middleton. Fires the 3. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
And that's what Middleton is known for, a remarkable outside shooter, and that release got off pretty quick.
Embiid, a screen on Poole. For 3, Maxey. It's rebounded by Washington. They're really clicking as a unit. Tonight, looking for their 11th straight win.
Watching this team operate at this elite level, firing on all cylinders, the way they're going right now, this winning streak could go on for some time.
The 3 is up. Can't get it to go, making him 0 for 2. The Wizards have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Pass to Poole. Here's Carrington. There's the triple. Joel Embiid with the board. Maxey surveys. For 3, George. And Holmes pulls it down. And so Middleton will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year. Takes the 3. Oh. Middleton's got his second basket of the night.
Well, he's accurate from behind the arc, and there's a reason why Chris Middleton takes a good amount of three-pointers.
Here's Maxey. He drains out one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Poole outside. Three-pointer. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. Poole's got 5.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
George for 3. Misses again. Now 0 for 3. And it's Wizards ball. They're on a 12-4 run. It's Poole to drive. George passes to Poole. The fadeaway. It's rebounded by George. 76ers trail by 5. Well, this was a big summer for the 76ers, Grant, trying to capitalize on their championship window with superstar Joel Embiid.
You're spot on, B.A. Acquiring the talent that might allow him to save himself for the home stretch. Of course, last year's playoffs, he battled heroically, but ideally, they'd like him much closer to 100% come the postseason.
And Washington making a change here. Washington leading by 3. Smart looking around. Drains the triple.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Here's McCain. It's rebounded by Washington. This game following their win against the Rockets.
And at the offensive end, they were lights out in that game. They found all sorts of ways to punish the D.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
Now here's Maxey. 29 points for him last game against Phoenix. grabs a miss.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Kispert's shot is good.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Outside Edwards. Here's McCain. 1 second left. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Well, let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
Kelly Oubre out there with Edwards. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's McCain in a 2-guard. That's the group for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. Now here's Kispert. George left side. Kispert outside. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by Oubre.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pass to Embiid. Here's McCain. To the middle. No stopping Joel Embiid. Wow.
I love the confidence Embiid plays with, especially this close to the rim.
Smart with the ball, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
All right, let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams are getting it done in their transition offense. Second, Philadelphia.
And you know, over this stretch, they've really had their way in the open court, pushing the ball hard and getting those fast break points.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Doughton passes to Embiid. Shot from the low post is good. Embiid's got 9.
Once he breaks out the crossover, you just know something special is about to happen.
And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Joel Embiid is setting records with his scoring, but he said, when I get stuck into just being a scorer, that's not the best version of me. I like sharing the ball. As you've seen the last couple of years, the teams that have won, they move the ball. Nothing is static. So that's how we should play. Pretty simple, Brian.
Yeah, great understanding, right? Thanks, Allie. Now here's Coulibaly. Here's Champagnie. No good with the triple. 76ers trail by 9. And here's Edwards outside. Drills it from deep. Edwards has got his first 3 points of the game.
That's pretty much not how they defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Pass to Champagnie. Smart outside. Takes a 3. And McCain pulls it down. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Doughton, no good.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Here's Champagnie. That's good, and it's Smart with the assist. Smart has got 3 assists now in this one.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And he makes it.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Well, that's why they continue to get attacked.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He wants to review the game plan. And it's Washington with the ball. They've led by as many as 11. Next game against the Bulls at United Center. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. Brent, how much importance do you put on coaching at the pro level?
Well, B.A., it's huge, and I think the best coaches in the league are the best relationship builders. I mean, it's not about the tactics. Everybody's running the same plays and trying to take advantage of the same things. It really comes down to the connectivity between the coach and understanding each and every player you have on your team.
Now here's Poole. He's got 7. Look at Poole showing the range.
And Poole is such a tough and dynamic three-point shooter. He's comfortable firing from anywhere.
Here's Yabusele, defended by Holmes. Can't hit from in close.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Here's Poole. Oh, what an effort by Poole.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Poole against Maxey. Pass to Oubre. There's the drive. And Holmes with the block.
Well, Holmes' great job defensively, just being in the right spot.
George with it. Guarded now by George. Poole for 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Phoenix.
In this league, you have to stay active at both ends of the floor. I thought their lackluster defense was the difference in the game.
Well, you can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the game now. That one's off.
You can see how much Quentin Grimes relies on that speed and skill he has. He's trying to stay ahead of you and find some room to score.
Andre Drummond is checked in for Oubre. He hits the second from the line. 20 seconds left to play in the first half. Poole, the pass to George. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Washington shooting their first free throw of the night here. That's good from George. 12 seconds left in the second quarter. And here is Maxey. Knocks it loose. Here's Poole. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. Team is pumped up.
And so it's the Washington Wizards feeling confident. 18-point lead to end that quarter. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. More 2K action in just a moment.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule. You know, maybe we should take a road trip, the three of us.
Yeah, if we're going on a road trip, I'm bringing my dogs.
Nah, what about that smell?
And let's talk now about the game we've been watching. What a terrific first half for the Washington Wizards.
Well, we all saw it. They've blown this game wide open with the three-point shot. The defense is scrambling, but look, this is where they felt they could get their points.
Yeah, teaching floor spacing 101. We'll see what class is like coming out of intermission. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. One of the stories here, Jordan Poole. Man, is he getting it done today.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And so it's Poole who brings up the ball for the Wizards. 18 points separating these teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Checking out the group for Brian Keefe to start the second half. George out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Jordan Poole. Then it's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Carrington in at the 2. So it's Philadelphia now. The Wizards making their last shot. Yabusele. Pass to Embiid. Lays it up and banks it in. Embiid's got 11 points.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Sixers' 2 stars make a great pairing. Maxey said of Embiid, "Since I was a rookie, he's had the ultimate faith and believed in me." And Embiid said of Maxey, "He's something else. Always smiling with the same energy. Good games, bad games, always the same. People like that set the tone for everybody else." Brian?
That's a good call, Allie. Thank you.
Yeah, good things happen when Embiid has the ball in his hands. I mean, this guy can do it all.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. On our 2K leaderboard, the NBA scoring leaders over the last 10 games. Jordan Poole on top.
He's been on an absolute tear offensively. He's found something that's working for him, and he's sticking to it.
Wizards leading by 13. And Poole fighting through contact.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Well, whenever Jordan Poole is out there, Brent, you expect some highlight reel moments.
Well, there's no doubt that Jordan Poole's the kind of player that's going to take some chances. And sometimes it doesn't go so well. But when the times pay off, B.A., it is spectacular.
Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. And it's Maxey missing.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
Poole. And that one's good. Poole's got 6 here in the quarter.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
George against Middleton. Nice shot by George. And the action on hold. It appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Man, that's tough to see.
Yeah, that type of injury is always worrisome. Hopefully, he's okay.
Yeah, it reminds you of what's really important. Health, #1. Everything else comes after that.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Oubre's checked in. Poole for 3. It's hauled in by the Sixers. Embiid's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from 3-point range.
And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Ooh, talk about a way to deflate the team.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
Wizards leading by 15. Poole, the pass to Holmes. Now here's George. Poole from long range. Washington again can't hit.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the 3-point line.
Pass to Grimes. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Poole. That's his first foul. Here's Yabusele. Here's Maxey. Yep, that one's good. Maxey's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Now here's Poole. Defense right on him. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
Here's Grimes. Koulibaly defending. The kick out to Maxey. Jacks up with 3. Unable to get that one. Wizards leading by 13. Here's Poole. That's in. Coming off an assist from Smart. Poole's got 8 points in the quarter.
And he's absolutely feeling it. There is no hesitation from Jordan Poole.
Oubre, a screen on Smart. Here's Maxey. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Timeout, timeout.
Maxey's got 9.
Woo, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Washington making some changes. Champagnie, he's checked in for Holmes. And Kispert is subbed in for George. Poole work in the interior.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Edwards looking it over. Outside Maxey. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. They'll pin that one on Marcus Smart.
You really can't understate the energy Maxey brings to his game. Not just effort level, but his attitude and how that spreads to his guys out there.
Washington leading by 14. To the inside. Here's Champagnie. Some solid defense from Drummond. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. McCain shot is off. Washington's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Pass to Poole. Let's go with a 3. Drummond grabs the miss. The 76ers have gotten 6 of 11 attempts to fall so far in the third. Inside. The kick out to Maxey. Fires for 3. Knocks down the triple. He's got 13.
Nice delivery there. You can't hesitate when a man comes free on the perimeter. He got it. Went right into the shot.
And that one's good. Poole.
All night they've asked him to shoulder the scoring load, and he is not disappointed.
Drummond. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Wizards out in front. They lead by 13. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. 76ers trail by 13. We've got Kelly Oubre. Joel Embiid is out there with Edwards. And it's McCain in a shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
Three-pointer Kispert nails it from beyond the arc. And the Wizards lead by 16.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Pass to Champagnie. The 3. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist. Smart has got his 5th assist in this one.
A great decision from Smart. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Here's Doughton. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Embiid misses. Washington leading by 17. And he lobs it up top. And out of bounds, the 76ers will take it.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that turnover.
Brissett's checked in for Edwards. And a change for the Wizards. Brogdon's checked in. For Philadelphia, they've gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the 4th. The 76ers call timeout. Edwards, he's checked in for the Sixers. Grimes comes in for Doughton. Sadiq Bey, he's checked in for Washington. Middleton comes in for Malcolm Brogdon. Right wing. Here's Embiid. And it's Coulibaly with a rebound. Coulibaly's got his 4th rebound in this one. And let's get an update on Paul George's injury. Allie, any news?
I spoke with the head athletic trainer for Philadelphia, and the look on his face said it all. Terrible news, a dislocated patella. Unfortunately, he suffered a serious injury. Obviously, he won't return tonight, and he could miss lots of games. What a tough break for him and the team, BA.
All right, that's good intel. We've definitely been thinking of him, and now we have some more clarity, guys.
Yeah, they now have all the information they need in order to determine the next steps.
Everybody wishing the best for him. We all know how badly he wants to be out there playing alongside his teammates and competing.
Here's McCain. Now here's Embiid. Brent, you've spent some time in front offices. How much more do teams rely on analytics now versus even a decade ago?
Oh, a massive amount, PA, but there are a lot of teams that still aren't there. I think it's a constant battle about how far you're going to push, leaning into the numbers. But with all these net ratings and the ways that you can start to digest what it is that guys are producing on the floor, teams are getting smarter and smarter. How about Middleton saying, you take that, I got some payback for you right here.
The 76ers call timeout. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Jordan Poole.
Think about this. He has owned this game from start to finish. Wow, so impressive. The defense literally looked helpless trying to stop him out there. He has been far and away the best player on the court, and it's not close.
Well, it didn't start out with him being in this crowd's crosshairs, but as the game went along, he kept pouring it on them. It's safe to say they don't want to see this guy anywhere near their arena for a long, long time. Here's Yabusele. Outside Maxey. And the layup is good.
You know, Maxey's willing to play a secondary role, but he can also take charge when needed.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Here's Poole. And that one drops. Poole's got 14 points here in the second half.
And it looks like the pool is filling up in a hurry here. He's catching fire, and it's tough to put that one out.
Outside Oubre. Here's Yabusele. There's the three. It's hauled in by Carrington. Poole right side. Uses the glass on the layup. Poole's got 30.
Poole cashing in from the shallow end.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the 76ers.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Wizards.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And for the year now, they've chalked up 35 wins.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next two matchups between these two should be fun.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Jordan Poole.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
Wizards leading by 20. Here's Poole into the lane. That one goes in. Poole's got 32 points.
Those are two tough points from Poole. Great to see him mixing it up down low.
Pass to McCain. 11 feet out. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Here's Carrington. There's 47 seconds left in the game. Poole from long range. Drummond grabs the miss. And they're on the run. Here's Gordon. And Gordon with the big finish. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Poole. And he comes up with a bucket.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
He makes a first. And that's good as he hits both shots. So it's Washington now. Earlier they held a 23-point lead. Now Brogdon. Pass to Champagny. Brogdon with a bucket.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. And we present the player of the game, Jordan Poole.
From what I'm hearing, you're having fun.
Yeah, a little bit of fun here. All right, I'm gonna wrap up things right now, D. Thanks for coming through as always. Everybody else, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Peace.
Alrighty, enjoy the day.
All right, you do the same, D.
Thanks D and everyone for watching. Like, thumbs up, comment, subscribe and share. Victory hand.